Kia ora whānau. Welcome to the Guna Hub. This is our preview show of the game between Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. Before we start, please like and subscribe to our channel and leave comments on anything you feel fit. After that Brighton game, which effectively ended our title race, pretty much, it's still mathematically we have a chance, but let's be honest, it's gone. This is a game where, we can bounce back, kind of finish the season strong. We've had a good season as an Arsenal supporter. We cannot forget that, even though the last couple of months have been quite disappointing. So let's get into it, man. How are you feeling still?
It's kind of, I was disappointed. Still am after the Brighton performance, regardless of how well the season's gone.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a bad performance, you need to say it's a bad performance, and I don't think anything will wipe that away. But it's good that result happened at Brighton before the season ended. Like, it's good that we still have 2 games to go, because it gives us a chance to end the season on a positive note. It gives us a chance to finish as strong as possible, and I think it's key that we do finish as strong as possible and win both the last games going into pre-season. It's a good chance for us to come back. Good chance for Arsenal and the players to give the supporters a positive note to finish the season on.
Definitely. It won't be easy though, because it's a away game, and
for sure, yeah. And it's also good because that result kind of puts a nail in the coffin on our title hopes, and I think it's good because now we can just focus on enjoying ourselves.
Yeah,
take the pressure off. But yeah, like you said, it's not going to be easy. They're 16th on the table.
Yes, 16th, and only 3 points clear at the moment. And a loss in this game would mean they'd have to, probably rely on other results or get a result in their last game. So, for them to be completely safe, if they win this game, they'll be there. They'll be in the Premier League next year. So it's, if anything, there's more in it for them than us.
Yeah.
Plus, it's away. It's not an easy place to go. Teams have struggled when they've gone their away. Arsenal, though, have the best away record in the Premier League this year. So we can hold on to that trophy. So let's hope the boys, go out with that same sort of attitude that we have been away. Just on that though, some of the injury updates, bro. So go through the bad news.
Well, I mean, everyone is there from the last game besides Martinelli, unfortunately. I think it was that tackle from Caicedo.
Yeah.
The irony of that. So I think he's going to be out for the rest of the season and potentially a little bit of preseason as well.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, all the best on his recovery. But yeah, we're going to be missing him. And then otherwise, Saliba's still out.
Zinni's still out.
Zinni should still be out.
Yeah.
And Tommy's still out. So
yeah. Yeah, so that kind of nullifies, Martinelli's a big part of our away performances, I feel like. He's someone that always has so much energy even away from home. And as a person playing in front of their home crowd, there must be like, what the hell is this guy made of?
Yeah, he was immense at Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and that's just one, like, most of his performance. I think there's when he came on, I think Aston Villa, a couple of other places, he's just been lethal. We're lucky we have him, and he's come a long way this year. And we're gonna miss him, but hopefully we have apt replacements.
Yeah, still have Reece and Trossard.
Yeah,
they can come in and fill in.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I hope and I want the boys to bounce back, because they deserve it as well.
Yeah,
more than probably the fans, because they've worked hard this season.
They've worked very hard, and they've had some wonderful performances.
And because of them, we were able to dream. We were able to even think that we can win this league. when the season started, where no one would have said we would have been second this year.
I mean,
I mean, let's be honest, bro. I mean,
I was pretty
not
optimistic.
this close to a City team that is this bloody good. Like, they are still in it for the treble. They're already in the FA Cup final. They're in the Champions League final. They pretty much won the Premier League. Like, they're 3 games away from a treble.
I know.
That's how good this City team is. And Arsenal have taken them to, like, pretty much this is the last week of the Premier League. 2 more games left. That's how good we've been.
Yeah. I mean,
we cannot forget that.
I was pretty optimistic at the start of the season.
I was too, but I didn't think we're gonna like win the league. I was hoping that we improve, and I felt quite confident that we will improve from last year, probably a top 4.
Yeah. I had quite confidence. I thought we had a pretty good chance of winning it at the start of the season after signing Jesus and Zinni.
I thought we would compete. I didn't think we'd have enough to win the league. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, City's just unstoppable.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Other than that, nothing. No news really.
Yeah. So let's get into your starting lineups, bro. So, who would you go with for this game? Any changes?
I think pretty much. Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, see, we got 2 games left. We're not going to change our position on the table. It might be a good chance to experiment, maybe, to give a few of our bench players a start to see what they can do.
Yeah, the ones that haven't had a go, eh?
Yeah, I mean, but it's also confusing because at the same time, if you say you're going to start Reece Nelson, he hasn't signed a contract with us, an extension, so he's going to be leaving. So do you want to give someone like that a start? It's a bit of a headache. Yeah, I mean, Xhaka's, there's news about Xhaka going. So it's like, do you want to start him, or do you play Partey and Jorginho, who you know is going to be here? Or do you start Emil Smith-Rowe, because he's one of the academy boys. He's still here for another few years. Unless you want to try sell him, do you play him to get his price up the last 2 games? Maybe he performs really well. It's a bit of a headache, a different type of headache for the manager.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
But yeah, I'll go Ramsdale. White, because there's no one else. Kyrgios, Gabriel.
Because there's no one else.
Tierney, because Zinni's going to be out. I think our back 5 picks itself, because there's no one else.
No Holding?
I don't think so. In the middle, I would actually go. For this game, I would go Partey, Smith-Rowe, and Odegaard. And then if it doesn't work, you can bring on Jorginho or Xhaka at halftime. And then up front, I would actually go. I'd go Saka. And I would play Trossard in the middle and move Jesus out to the wing, just for this game. See how it goes. Yeah. So I feel Trossard is much more effective in the middle, and Jesus, he's played out wide for a number of years at City. So it'll be nice to see if he can do it out there still. Yeah. They would combine really well too.
I like that. I wanted to start Smith-Rowe as well. In my head, I'm not sure if we should play both him and Odegaard. I would have probably given him a shot in the wing, and probably not rested, but left Trossard on the bench to come on.
But I heard Smith-Rowe has been training as a number 8 though.
Yeah. So I mean, that's good though. Like that's probably like we need his energy as well. And this game you probably can, because Nottingham, they're kind of more direct. They're not not as good in midfield, so you can get away with just playing Partey in there. The other thing is, since we're losing, and the reason why I want someone like Smith-Rowe or even Nketiah in this game up front, or on the wings, is because we're losing the energy from Martinelli. I feel like Trossard, he's brilliant on the ball, but we do need that one guy that runs at players and always chasing after the ball. And I think your lineup's great, but I'd probably just swap Nketiah or Smith Rowe to go up there and Jorginho to start. Either of those two. I'm not.
Wait, so run through your team. So
The same back line.
Yep.
If Smith Rowe, let's go Smith Rowe in midfield. So you say midfield. Up top we'll have Nketiah, on the left Jesus, and on the right Saka. Just so we have Nketiah's energy. And if it doesn't work out, then we've got Trossard.
Yeah, I mean that's a good shout too. And it is, he's here for the long term. It seems.
Yeah.
As far as contracts go, whether he stays or goes in the summer is different. But yeah, I mean that's a good shout too.
And nothing against like Xhaka. He's been one of our best players.
Yeah.
It's just we've got to start thinking about next year. You're right. And some of these young guys like Smith Rowe and Nketiah, they've done a job for us, so they deserve a start as well.
And it's also a good time if you want to experiment like the second to last game, because it's away first of all, and then you can try it. If it doesn't work, then in the home game you can revert back to your strongest 11 and then finish that game off strongly, and then all the fans can. They'll be happy. They'll be positive.
Yeah, we'll finish the season off on a positive note, right?
Yeah,
we'll get excited. We'll be excited for next year.
Yeah.
But in saying all this, Arteta's kind of stuck to his guns the whole year. Kept pretty much the same team, made just a couple of variations where he's needed to. So my heart and what I want is that, but I feel like my head's saying he's just gonna start with the same team.
Yeah, potentially.
Except for Martinelli, and then Trossard's going to come in.
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out in a couple of days.
Score predictions?
I'm gonna go 2-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we'll bounce back too. So I'll go 2-0 to the Arsenal.
Hopefully.
Let's get a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Come on, you Gunners.